So, my second truck driving job that I have done, a place called Commonwealth Moving or something like that. I don't even remember. It's a moving company. So, what were the details about it? Why did I take the job? Yada yada yada. I'm about to tell y'all that, but before I say that, let me know what kind of truck driving jobs y'all have done in y'all past in the comment section, right? I already told you it was a moving company. It was Monday through Friday morning time. You gotta get there at 8 o'clock, and then they'll tell you where you gotta go from there. It paid $12 an hour, which from my first job was $5 less, so it wasn't great, but it was still better than what I was doing. A small company, it wasn't big, so I can also say that. Another one of those companies where you gotta pay for your shirts if you don't, return them. They'd be like, okay, like $5 a shirt or $10 a shirt if you don't return them, something like that. Some people did have to do some residential, but I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? It with moving companies, it's kind of like that. Some people want to do regional, some people like to stay local. But either way, wasn't the best place to work at. Some unsavory people there. To just go ahead and put it that way. And man, shoot, now I'm thinking about it. It was. I said something already, but I had one person in my mind specifically, but then I had another pop, and I was like, oh, for two completely different reasons too. But that was still a situation where I was still learning the ropes of truck driving because at the other place, White's Nursery, realistically I was only there for like a month and a half, and that was it. I was there for the holidays, so I'm still basically new. Still got to learn the ropes of truck driving. Stories about this particular place, man. I don't even remember any like real stories about the place, like when I was actually working there, or any places where I went on a run that was actually worth talking about. There was more like things that happened just outside of away from actual people's places that happened. Like almost got freaking. I don't want to be over dramatic. I ain't gonna say I almost got killed, but I definitely almost got seriously injured. We was at the warehouse, and like I said, I'm new. The dude, the one of the senior drivers there, he was like, yo, he was in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger seat. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and let you drive out to the place. So I'm like, all right, I get out the truck, and then I'm going around to get to the passenger, from the passenger side to get to the driver's side. This dude actually pulls off, and I'm like, as I hear the truck rev up, I'm like, this dude's not about to start. Like, he just told me to drive. This dude's not about to pull off. And yet he did. Me coming from this side, this angle, coming down, boom. And now I'm right here, right? I'm literally right here next to this freaking truck. This is how close I was to getting hit. Dad, I don't even remember the reason he gave that he decided to move the truck. But he was like, oh, I guess I just couldn't see you. You couldn't see me because you weren't paying attention. On the bright side, there was a lot of people that in there that was, their background wasn't great. But somebody that I did know from training when I was in a truck driving class, truck driving school, he actually went there as well after about 2 weeks of me getting there. So I thought that was cool to have him, have him there with me. The rest of them had some problems. And some of them had some serious problems, like not like they mentally disabled, more like they might end up robbing you. And I say that because one dude was actually, I was talking to him one day, and he was telling me how they didn't, him and his, like it was basically him and his mom, if I'm not mistaken, they was in an apartment, but they didn't have enough money for the rent. And he was like, yo, I might have to go rob somebody. And he was dead serious. I'm trying to not get into that, go back to that, but it is what it is. Like, I need the money. And I'm like, well, you can't talk to the owner or something like that. I mean, like, he said, I'm going to go, and he did say, I'm going to go try to talk to him. But he was like, I got to get, but if he don't, it's like, bro, he was getting him, like, he was literally gearing himself up when we was doing the job. And he was like, I'm just trying to get myself in the mood. And he's like, the mood of not caring. He's trying to get all of it out. Yeah, eventually I asked him, that was a Friday. I asked him on Monday, like, okay, what happened? And then he was like, yeah, I was able to talk to the owner. He was able to help us out. So thankfully that happened. Had another story about another dude, and I don't even want to tell you that one, to be perfectly honest, because that one just ain't, that one's just not great. Um, Give you something about the owner. I heard that the owner sometimes he would have people just do stuff for him, if they was on the clock. Like I remember one dude, uh, older black guy. I think he was like I don't even know if he was a manager, or like a warehouse manager or what. He might just been a dude that was just there to help out the warehouse. But that dude, like I think like every week, he would clean the owner's car. Another situation about the owner. One day it was light, so the owner had the people, the movers, the employees, go to his house and move some stuff around in his house. Like technically that's what we're supposed to do, but that still seems very weird that you would have people like he asked them to move a piano in his house. I just feel like that's very weird. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're still paying them the same amount. Just the same thing about having to do wash your car. Like I just something about that is very unsavory to me. This would be the last person I guess I want to talk about. The person that almost ran me over. He was working for the owner for like at least 15 years. And the dude was still barely making any money. You know what I'm saying? Dude didn't have a truck driver's license at the time. Like he literally got his truck driver license like the same year I got there, from what I was told. And but he's been driving as a truck driver before that. He'd been driving for a while. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't getting paid like that. So I already, before I even got fired, I was like, bro, there's no way I can be here that long, because I do not like this place. I did not like it. So the job itself, like moving people in and out of the houses, were perfectly fine, but just the environment, I would say, was terrible. And that's all I got to say about that particular job, man. No, actually got one more. I got one more about a whole totally different dude. Man, I'm sweating in here, boy. Another dude that was a driver there. He was there for a while, if I'm not mistaken, but he did get fired in the midst of me being there and within that 1 month. Apparently, what he was supposed to do, he was supposed to take a run out of state. And he had said he'll do it for a certain price. But then he ended up thinking that he needed more money. So he told the owner that he wanted more money. The owner said he'll get somebody else to do it. He found a different driver. When the first dude, the driver found out about it, he went to go talk to old boy, the other dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't take that run. That's mine type of situation. And the dude turned it down. The owner found out that the original truck driver, said something to him and he fired him. The dude ended up trying to go ahead and be like, yo, I'll take it. I'll actually go ahead and take it. Same amount of money. And then he just pissed off the owner and was like, yo, you fired. Get out of here. I was only there a month and I got fired because I was being late. At the very least, the owner did let me know. He gave me, he sat me down, said, hey, listen, you being late and I need you to not be late. And I was still late and I got fired. So the next day, somewhere where I made more money. I made, like literally, I went the next day to a different company and I got paid $14 an hour there. So wasn't really a loss. Anyway, that's it. Let me know how some of your jobs have went for you when you started truck driving. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.